तो वो क्या चीज है जिसे मजबूत करना है? वो क्या चीज है जो दुख का अनुभूति करती है और इसी से वो परेशान रहती है? वो आपका मन है और बुद्धि है। मन अपने असंख्य विकारों के कारण, संस्कारों के कारण वो सही दिशा में सही कदम उठाने के योग्य नहीं है। वो इतना दबा हुआ है कि वो नहीं उठा सकता। और बुद्धि जो मन का पुत्र है, मन के द्वारा प्राप्त है, उसे किसी मात्रा में स्वच्छंदता है और वो थोड़ी बहुत अपने पिता के ऊपर सलाह दे सकता है, लेकिन पिता पर हावी नहीं हो सकता। यदि आपकी बुद्धि आपको सलाह देती है कि तुझे परमार्थ अपनाना चाहिए, सत्कर्मी करना चाहिए, तो उस सलाह पर गौर करनी चाहिए। और यदि गौर करने पर ये चीज ठीक लगता है तो आपको अपने पुत्र के सलाह को अंजाम देना चाहिए। और इसीलिए साध संत बौद्धिक स्तर पर इंसान को समृद्ध करते हैं, उसके बुद्धि को निर्मल करते हैं, उसमें विशेष समझ बूझ पैदा करने के लिए सत्संग की व्यवस्था करते हैं। वो नहीं उस परम प्रभु के सत्ता को जानते हैं, नहीं वो उनके अंदर संवेदनशीलता होती है, और न ही वो सुधार का कोई क्रम लागू कर सकते हैं। आज जो घोड़े हैं, आज से लाखों कई लाख वर्ष घोड़े का नस्ल था और बदस्तूर बहुत थोड़ा ही फर्क हुआ है, वो जैसे कि तैसे। लेकिन आज से करीब 12-14 लाख वर्ष पहले मनुष्य जैसा इंसान इस पृथ्वी पर घूमता फिरता पाया गया था। हड्डी के अवशेष इस बात को सिद्ध कर रहे हैं। लेकिन क्या वो इंसान बिल्कुल समझ बूझ से, रहन सहन से आज के इंसान जैसा था? उसकी शकल आज के इंसान जैसी थी? नहीं, वो पशुओं से बहुत कुछ मिलता था, जिसके बलतल भाई बंद गुरिल्ले इत्यादि पुराण इत्यादि अभी भी दिखाई देते हैं। लेकिन विशेष बुद्धि के कारण वो इसी पृथ्वी पर न सिर्फ मानसिक रूप से बल्कि शारीरिक रूप से एक बहुत बड़े परिवर्तन के क्रम से दो चार हुआ और आज वो बेहद सबसे श्रेष्ठ सुंदर सुडौल जीवधारी इस पृथ्वी पर है। उसकी उन्नत बुद्धि ने उसकी संख्या में वृद्धि की। वो खेती करने की विधि अपनाया। पशु खेती नहीं करते हैं, इंसान पशुओं से भी खेती करा लेते हैं और इस प्रकार से इस पृथ्वी का राजा इंसान हुआ। इसमें कोई शक नहीं कि ज्ञान इंद्रियों के घाट पर भौतिक दुनिया बहुत ही सुंदर लगती है और मनुष्य अपने ज्ञान इंद्रियों के द्वारा इस दुनिया में फैलने फूलने के लिए अब तक कोशिश ही करता रहा है और इस बात को स्वीकार करने में कठिनाई नहीं होगी कि माइक पदार्थ के साथ इंसान का आज के युग में जुड़ाव चरम सीमा की ओर पहुंच रहा है। मगर क्या उसके मन को शांति मिली? क्या वो काम को लोगों अहंकार के पंजों से छुट पाया? क्या उसे चैन और सुकून जिंदगी में हासिल हुआ? क्या वो दवाइयों और तरह तरह के नशीली पदार्थों के चंगुल से निकल पाया? जाहिर है कि संवेदनशील बुद्धि होने के कारण उसका मन तेजी से चंचल होता है। बहुत छोटी छोटी बातें, घटनाएं उसके मन मानस को झकझोर देती है और वो संतुलन खो बैठता है। आज के युग में जबकि दुनिया छोटी हो गई है, संचार व्यवस्था के कारण, आने जाने की सुविधाओं के कारण, वहां दुनिया के एक कोने में हुई कोई दुर्घटना, कोई ऐसी बात सारे मानव को झकझोरने के लिए बात हो रही है। इसलिए आज के युग में मनुष्य अकेला नहीं है। उसे अपने लिए और समस्त समाज के लिए साथ ही साथ चिंतन करना पड़ेगा। वो अपने जीवन में एक ऐसी पद्धति अपनाए जो न सिर्फ उसको बल्कि समस्त प्राणी को लाभ पहुंचा सके। इसमें कोई शक नहीं कि आने वाले दिनों में चिंतन की दिशा इसी ओर हो और समस्त दुनिया के मानव एकजुट होकर अनेक अपने तृष्णाओं को तज कर सुख समृद्धि की बात करेंगे। लेकिन क्या आप सोचते हैं इस दिशा में की गई कोशिशें उन्हें पूर्ण सफलता देगी? पूर्ण सफलता तो जब ही मिलेगी कि जब मानव अपने जीवन में सत्य को, परमार्थ को, सत्कर्मी को उचित स्थान देगा, जिससे न सिर्फ उसकी बुद्धि साफ और परिमार्जित होगी, उसमें उच्च कोटि का ज्ञान जो कि आत्मा के जगत में है वो आएगी उसको। इसके अलावे उसके अंदर तब की शक्तियों से लड़ने की शक्ति उत्पन्न होगी। इसलिए आप सबका फल है कि आप अपनी जिंदगी में परमार्थ को एक रस्मी स्थान न दें। यह जीवन का सबसे वस्तु है जिसे मनुष्य अपनाकर अपनी पसता को तज कर इंसान बनकर, फिर इंसान से फरिश्ता बनकर और फिर उस परम प्रभु का रूप जीते जी धारण कर सकता है। वो अपार शक्तियों का स्वामी होकर एक दीन अधीन प्राणी मात्र का एक तुच्छ सेवक बनकर इस संसार में जीने का अधिकारी बन सकता है। अगर आपने अपने परिवार की सेवा की, अपने जाति बिरादरी की सेवा की, तो ये क्या सेवा बनी? आपका हर कदम समस्त प्राणी के लिए प्रेरणादायक होना चाहिए। क्या वो प्रेरणा बुद्धि देगी? क्या वो प्रेरणा दुनिया की घटनाएं देगी? वो प्रेरणा वो परम प्रभु देगा जब आप उसके दहलीज पर, उसके चौखट पर जाकर खटखटाएंगे, उससे भीख मांगेंगे। अब आपको जानना चाहिए कि वो आपके हृदय उसी में निवास करता है। आप उसे अंतर में, अंतःकरण में गोदा लगाकर खोजें तो आपकी ये कामना, आपके अंदर एक परिवर्तन का सिलसिला एक यथार्थ बनकर उभरेगा। इसलिए परमार्थ ही सच्चा ज्ञान है, जो कि न सिर्फ प्रकृति के गुप्त भेदों को से परिचय कराएगा, बल्कि आपके जीवन में सुख शांति आनंद ला देगा। इस दुनिया के अंदर मौजूद आज भी हजारों नोबेल प्राइज प्राप्त करने वाले वैज्ञानिक मौजूद हैं। अगर आप उनसे जाकर पूछें कि क्या उन्हें सुख शांति संतोष जीवन से प्राप्त हुआ, उनका उत्तर होगा कि जी मैं तो ठगा। न्यूटन और आइंस्टाइन को भी सुख शांति नसीब नहीं हुआ। और इसके बरक्स मालिक का भक्त, जो सच्चा भक्त है, वो अपने आप में मस्त है। सब ज्ञानों का ज्ञान उसके अंदर है। सब कुछ देखता सुनता जागता हुआ वो उस प्रभु से तल्लीन होकर हर जीव के कल्याण की कामना करता है। इसलिए यदि समाज, यदि व्यक्ति, यदि मानवता सुधरेगी, तो जब वो सत्कर्मी को अपने जीवन में उचित स्थान दे। राधास्वामी नाम कुल मालिक का नाम है। इसमें कुल मालिक के गुण विराजमान है। सच्चिदानंद और प्रेम प्रकाश इस नाम के जरिए आपके अंदर उतरता है। आपको सिर्फ विधि पूर्वक इसका उच्चारण करना चाहिए। आप अपने जीवन को इस नाम के साथ जोड़ें, वाबस्ता करें, फिर आप खुद देखेंगे कि इसने किस प्रकार से कयामत की तब्दीली, एक आश्चर्यजनक परिवर्तन का सिलसिला आपके अंदर शुरू हो गया। आप संतों के फकीरों की वाणी का अध्ययन करते हैं, उसका पाठ जो सुनते हैं, उसमें इसी की एक झलक होती है, उस परिवर्तन की गाथा होती है। आपको उन हरेक शब्द से अपने लिए प्रेरणा लेना चाहिए कि काश आपके अंदर भी मालिक दिया करके ये दशा उत्पन्न कर, ये सुख शांति का जो अंदरूनी वातावरण है वो आपके अंदर प्रदान करता है। तो जो लोग संजीदा व्यक्ति हैं, गंभीर इंसान हैं और जो साथ संतों की वचन से अपने लिए प्रेरणा लेते हैं, वो काबिल तारीफ है और मालिक के दया पात्र हैं। और जिनके पास समय नहीं, जो दुनिया की तरफ भागते दौड़ते हैं, वो शैतान के चपेट में हैं और बेहद दुखी और परेशान इंसान है। उनको कुछ भी अता पता नहीं कि वो किस लिए जिए और किस लिए मरेंगे। आखिर उनकी जिंदगी का फुल टोटल निचोड़ क्या है, उसका उत्तर उनके पास कभी नहीं होगा। इसलिए आप अपने जीवन के क्षणों का पूरा लाभ उठाएं, ऐसी सलाह मैं आपको देता हूँ। Quite simple.
You said that my prayer will always be answered. prayer तो हमारी एक ही रहती है कि जो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फंसाते नहीं।
Our loss and gain, because we are conversant with all the phases which we have spent during the lifetime. And it is not denying that everybody will say without any hesitation that he doesn't know for what purpose he came to this world and what things in his hand he is going to the other world. He knows nothing. He is afraid of death. But death is inevitable. So should we live like this? Whereas saints have been saying, look man, your every second is precious. We have spent those precious things, days. And out of that precious expenditure, what is the return? Is the return satisfactory? Has the return given a glory and happiness, everlasting happiness? Has the return made you completely free from worries, anxieties, fear? No. Then probably the return is very poor. So we must direct our attention that whatever is left should not be spoiled, thrown away as it has been. We must cash in what is left. And we can cash in only by dedicating our heart and soul to the cause of truth. That means our every second must be tied with some spiritual thought, action. Thought of the Master must dominate the heart and mind, and in action, the repetition of the holy name and the contemplation of the form. Whenever there is a gap, it must be a continuous process, say every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. That means your life must revolve around these twin processes. This will wash away all the sins. If the element of love divine is an accompaniment, it will help you in a tremendous manner. And when Supreme Father himself is anxious to salvage you, a little attempt from your side will go a long way in the ultimate realization of truth. So truth will descend in lifetime, provided we dedicate ourselves to the same seriousness and earnestness. The cause is too noble, and the effort should be also accordingly. So we must not relax, especially with things, worldly things are no relaxation. They are rather diversion, and diversion for the worse. In return they give anxiety, agony and tormenting. Therefore, we must not value our body more. It is going to perish, it will perish. And we must utilize every second, not caring what will happen to this, to the cause supreme. In the morning Satsang, the last recitation also laid emphasis on this. So my appeal to you all is that the modern world, of course, is after gratification of senses, and it is running to the world and material things for happiness. And what in return it gets? A miserable, pitiable life they are leading. Therefore, we must look to ourselves. Outside world, directly and indirectly, gives you this signal that look man, going that direction will be too costly. Therefore, those who have got the association of the Master, guidance of true Master, must not spend their life uselessly. They must utilize every second in the right way. And I am sure if you apply it in this way, you are bound to reap a good harvest, a good spiritual harvest. And your happiness will be just maddening happiness. You won't be able to contain the happiness. Therefore, there is no question to be sorry, to be dejected, or to be rejected. You are selected, and you must try hard on your part, not hard. Just engage your attention to the cause supreme. You will do all worldly affairs along with that. So it is too easy. So now onwards, your life must take this course. And I am sure God will bless you. किसी भाई बहन का कोई प्रश्न हो मुझसे संगीत आउटसाइड पीपल आर yes you can ask
me.
Oh why? Oh you anyway
He was feeling these are somewhat maybe a little off the tangent.
No, nothing off the tangent. Whatever is the doubt must be removed.
Yes. The first question, he has listed a number of questions.
It's not a question. Yes.
Yeah, he is too shy to say that it's a question.
And he told us he is shy. Fully matured man. Yes, anyway.
What is the state of consciousness in deep sleep? Is there enjoyment of karma phase, karmic phase? Karmic phase, is there enjoyment?
Enjoyment.
In deep sleep also.
It is a very rare. Sleep is a state where the entire body regulation takes place. I mean the consciousness of the body shifts from the Hridaya chakra to Kant chakra. So everything is regulated from that chakra for as long as you are asleep. So it is just a step higher. And the samadhi avastha is at the sixth pole. See? So it is lower to samadhi. Sometimes flashes of samadhi may descend to this plane and you may have some bliss. For example, the pole of action of the Gurmukh Sant is at this pole. So sometimes to some devotee he may give his vision in sleep, and thereby he will feel lot of happiness and his charge also spiritually.
What exactly is the state of consciousness in deep sleep? I mean, is there a consciousness of the body or the mind in deep sleep?
Yes, you are conscious of your body, you are conscious of your existence. Yes, in deep sleep. Even in anesthesia also, you are conscious. Yes. It happened like that Edward or not, Kanchan George, fifth George, I was undergoing an operation. So he was given anesthesia. And the anesthetist, you see, Just thought that he is now under second, third stage. So he does nothing. So to his colleague surgeon, he said that this chap is very robust. He doesn't take. He took a lot of time to undergo anesthesia. And actually, the hearing sense was not lost. And George V heard this wire. And after the operation, successful operation, when he was cured, he rewarded all the surgeons and even nurses and other things. But he didn't reward that anything. People were stuck up. Why your fifth didn't reward this fellow? Because he played a role. Then people asked him, why are you so reluctant in giving any award to this fellow? He said that when he anesthetized me, I was anesthesia. But I heard him saying this exact words. So he is indecent doctor. I don't want to give such an indecent fellow any award. He doesn't deserve. Then the scientists, doctors knew that the hearing sense died much after. So it was addition to our knowledge of medicine. And now onwards we know that even if the man is fully anesthetized, but is capable of hearing. So consciousness is there, that is what I am saying. Would you understand that? Yes. You see, you must have seen those people who are making people in trance. They order, and he obeys the order. He is not aware of the state of... There is some consciousness. Yes, yes.
Being continued. So.
Yes.
I mean, after asking, is there enjoyment of karma phase?
Enjoyment of?
Karmic phase.
Yes, yes.
The karma phase.
Yes, yes.
Will it be there?
Yes, you can build karma in sleep.
Not only building.
And you can also throw away karma in sleep.
In deep sleep.
In deep sleep.
So if not, is the deep sleep, state of consciousness the same for all ordinary jivas, or is it very special?
It varies. See how many times you have a deep sleep in the life. So it varies with you and varies with so many people.
No, but assuming that very different people get their different kind of deep sleep.
No.
Is the experience the
A
same?
state of deep sleep is similar.
I see.
You see, but it varies between individual and
The question was whether
once a person is in deep sleep, it is common to all. He is in that state.
yes.
But that is also rare. Only in children there is a sense of deep sleep. But they can't tell you the experience. Even infants are. As you grow, the sleep is disturbed.
I was happy.
Well, Ramamurthy might have. So he is very much interested in deep sleep.
Then for advanced sadhakas,
Advanced
sadhaka seekers.
Yes, seeker. Yes.
What is the deep sleep consciousness? I mean, for those who are advanced, who are following some practice, if there is there an awareness for those which can be remembered as in the
Need a text.
yes,
Hand over to Chalam, he will read for you.
As in the dream state, is there an awareness
Yes.
for which can be remembered as in dream state?
Yes, I just told that dream state is from the concept and the abhyasa is made at this chakra. So the very process of concentration of name and repetition of the holy name and controllable power is much higher than the deep sleep. So there is no linkage. I mean the deep sleep state can't go to this. So there is no question of something happening or something not happening. So you are fully conscious and you are doing this, trying to focus your attention, a state which is higher than that. Suppose after 2 hours of deep sleep you feel freshness. 2 minutes of concentration at this, with all good concentration, you may say, you will feel relaxed instantly. You won't feel tired. So, because of this, the devotee with less food, less sleep, actually less sleep, is more fresh and more active.
Give us the feeling that the experiences we have, the dream state, when we wake up, often some are remembered, some are forgotten.
Most of it is forgotten.
Like that, in the sadhaka, advanced sadhakas, the deep sleep, because we are not...
In our advanced sadhakas also, the dreams are there, but dreams are also educated there. Dreams are there. And in dream sadhakas also, throw away karma. In dream also he repeats it.
Goes on. Next question. What is the state of consciousness at the time of death of a jiva?
State of consciousness. His entire consciousness is withdrawn, focused to this pole.
Yes.
And at that pole, he is not conscious. I mean, of course, when the withdrawal takes place, it is a very painful affair. But once the withdrawal is complete here, almost the death process has taken place. He is practically dead. But he is still. And after that, he has the vision of the light. And the light drags him upward. But because once the light comes and falls on him, his all sanskaras, good and bad, at a time, you see, they become alive. And therefore the mind which he has, or from the mind the sanskaras are there. So his distraction is there. And then he is not able to go through the aperture, the Brahman. He is not able to penetrate that.
But does he remember all his relatives and friends and all that?
After the hurling back, he goes to the state of unconsciousness.
No, at the time of death, not exactly
At the time of death, he remembers that there is a forceful withdrawal.
I see. Only that he is aware.
But withdrawal itself causes a lot of pain.
Now, what is the state of consciousness of an ordinary jiva during the interregnum period between death and birth? Between death and birth,
According to sanskar, he will take birth.
just as Huzur said, once the light is there, both the bad and good sanskaras.
Yes, sanskaras, according to sanskaras, he has no control on him. After you die, that you act or the I is there, that all everything is stopped. So whatever you have done, accordingly, there are agencies recruited by the God. They will give you another breath, the human body or any body.
So the eye goes, the eye comes.
I is in a state of complete, in the form of spore, the vegetative thing. When the cycle is complete, the spore form. So after again the spore, flower form and then again.
So this is also a very diffuse kind of feeling.
Yes, you are in a state of complete unconsciousness.
With a feeble eye.
The eye of course is there, but you are not conscious of the eye. I will again take birth. When you when the boy or the child comes into the room, the eye starts slowly.
What is the Turiya state of consciousness? Which is the is called Turiya.
In which you are in communion with the celestial science. All the time, communion, and you are able to receive signals.
Is it the same thing as Samadhi?
Samadhi is a state in which you are active. There is a gift of
The last one. For one who, the grace of the master, practiced the Sundan and Jhana, what is the difference in the state of consciousness during deep sleep, during death, and after death?
I just explained all this thing. Why there is a repetition? I have just told you, and after death, the consciousness is not there. You are in a state of complete compression, just like the earth or any planet. You see, after supernova, it condenses and becomes a black hole. There it is very small. See, similarly again, there is expansion and then dissolution. So similarly, at this stage, the whole your consciousness, that is mind, is a state of complete compression. It is just like a compressed.
No, this emphasis is on what is the state of in the grace of the master. Is what he is asking here. Not
The grace of the master, there is no question of death. You cross death while living. So that is just a changing, and your death is ordered by the Supreme Being. See, your master will order, yes, now it is time to go. You will go. Just like I asked you, sit down, sit down. You have nothing. You are tied to the master. There is no question of it. You do not die on your own or by, there is no karma there. You are karmaless, and it is a thing of realization. How can you go and explain you at this little place when you have not undergone the experience? To be a karmaless, this karma is a state of consciousness in which so many things are there. See, you are forgetting the entire universe. Don't think that the same thing is confined to the human form to play. He is forgetting the whole universe. And the process of emancipation is taking place. Otherwise, then distance will be a positive barrier. There is no barrier. Distance is not barrier. A man living in Canada, Germany, Japan will get the same benefit as a man sitting in front of you, and he will take care of it. So there is nothing like that. Even he is on some other planet, all the 18 laws of creation, the same Rupa is there to guide Jiva. So it is a thing which can't be comprehended, and nobody can explain beyond that. If you just explain, I am a mathematical child, so it will be a difficult thing. When Einstein evolved this formula of physical relation, only few scientists could know exactly what he means by that. Most of them didn't know what it was. And if I talk to you that in the space, the earth is moving, and if it is accelerated its movement to the speed of light, that means 3 lakh kilometers per second, then the earth will be compressed. So how people can comprehend that it can be compressed? There are these scientifically very many discoveries are itself
not competent.
yes.
But one question which I think it's a corollary. I am asking somebody to ask. He said use the word for one who with the grace of the master. He is very
use the word
with the grace of the master. Right? He says Sumudan and Jhana. He has used that. Now I am saying, with grace of the Master, I am not doing Sukhmana and Jam. Some remembrance, something I do. We we die. For instance, I die. What exactly happens? I will the protection of... I am saying so.
That means you are not able to do the Simran and Dhyan in a prescribed way.
Yes.
But still the memory of the Master and the name, of course, is also there. It's also a good thing, but if you add to it this aspect also, it will help you a lot. This will also purify you, there is no doubt about that. But you should not be contented with, it is also happening due to grace.
If it is not added, that additional input,
And then you will lose. You are not utilizing the grace to its full capacity.
what happens to such a
You must
person?
add,
What happens to such a
he will
person?
also get
Most of the others are imperfect.
But if you are imperfect and you just feel like that, and this is inner feeling, and inner feeling will beckon you to do सुमरन ध्यान. जब आदमी अपने में कमी महसूस करता है तो उसके मन में होता है कि उस कमी को पूरा किया जाए, करेगा ही. अब यहाँ कहीं न कहीं आपके संस्कार जो है, जो काल का जो वो एक पॉजिटिव रहेगा. स्वामी जी महाराज का भी कथन है कि चाहे मन माने या न माने, तो मालिक का नाम जप. So we must not listen to the call of man. It will create some problem, physical illness, some social problem. Some people may come at the same time and they might know. Yes, you must watch that it is a prank of God, and you must be alert and responsive. She is even sitting quietly and remembering the law also helps. But it should not be confined to that way. It should be a regular practice. Once you get the taste of practice, you can't, just like once you have the habit to take bath daily, even it is cold weather, you won't feel comfortable without taking bath. You understand that? Similarly, once you get the taste of Paramartha, Jadal Karni, you will throw away everything. You will find time to play. And it seems that unfortunately still you didn't have that taste, which will force you to go inward. And whatever the taste of Paramartha, it is confined only to intellect. Beyond that, it has not. Of course, it is trying to go beyond, but without the practice being a part and parcel of your life, with deep devotion, of course, deep devotion, then only it will be possible. Therefore, it is said that if you are not able to have concentration at the spirit pole, or there is liquid key to you, this is because of some dirt on your heart, your mind. And this will be also washed away by the decision of the Buddha. Of course, contemplation of form will be very difficult, but it is so washing of the mind at intellectual plane will be accomplished by satsang, external satsang, and that done with all attention. And success in the spiritual practice will take place with the bhakti or the prema. And prema is a prerequisite that the heart must be linked to some extent. And for that also the repetition of the holy name, seva. Bhakti includes everything, seva, jnana, jnana, pascha, seva, all that.
Just one last question.
Yes. Why can I laugh?
No, this is my intuition. Can there be, is it possible for a person to go on remembering the Master without remembrance of Radhasoami.
The two sides of the coin. The moment you remember, the moment the name will come. If you remember the name, then thing like that. They are the twin things and they are the same.
One question.
Yes.
Is there any correlation between I and the soul after death?
No,
Because
I
can be
is
used after
because
death.
of your mind.
It can also be used
And
after death.
soul has nothing to do with I.
But the eyes can be used in other body after death. The eyes, it can be put up in another body.
No,
It
you
can
mean
be
to
used-
say that the transplantation of the cornea is takes place.
Yes,
So that takes place, yes, can take place. So how, what does it mean?
it has a
It
correlation.
means that if man dies, but all the tissues do not die simultaneously. There is life. Man is communication of so many tissues. There are 7 billion cells and they take time to die. So physical death and the actual death are two things. They die slowly. And so if soon after death, within a reasonable period, if a tissue or kidney or something is taken, there can be
They die after a long time. They die after a long time.
The eye which is you are speaking or identifying with here is not the body, it is not the cell, it is the mind. The mind feeds the other lower centers takes the reign of the functioning of the cell. But because the eye and the spirit has receded, slowly and slowly they also disintegration takes place. नाम जपोगे कभी कभी झलक मिलेगी,
सबके साथ ही रूप जुड़ा हुआ है,
बिल्कुल बात
अलग नहीं।
पहले नाम आएगा तब शब्द आएगा। और एक शब्द जो है जो अनहद, और ये आप राष्ट्रीय नाम जपते हैं, ये आप एफर्ट करते हैं कि किसी शब्द का सिमुलेशन करने का, आप सिमुलेट करते हैं जिसको, तो जिस तक आप उसको सिमुलेट करेंगे तो वो जो शब्द है उससे आपको परिचय होता है और तब आपके पास रूप की झलक आती है। समझ में आया ना? तो ये तो हम लोग अपने से सिमुलेट करते हैं
एक दूसरे के आगे
हाँ
अलग
सुबह में जो पाठ की थी तो पढ़ दो चलन लाइक इट वेरी मच।
Really, most glorious ship I read this morning.
Why that one day you will be burned to ashes, don't worry for it. Why do you worry what this happens? Yes, क्या सोच करना चाहिए हमें?
जब तक प्राण बसे तेरे तन में,
हाँ, जब तक प्राण बसे तेरे तन में, सिमरन नाम का ऐसा रिजॉल्व होना चाहिए और ऐसा एक्शन भी होना चाहिए। नॉट ओनली रिजॉल्व बट प्रैक्टिस ऑल्सो।
हर क्षण तेरा प्रेम की प्यारे सोच समझ के प्राण।
अच्छा,
हर क्षण, एवरी मोमेंट एंड सेकेंड, पार्ट ऑफ सेकेंड इज वेरी प्रेशियस एंड इसलिए पूरा इसके ऊपर सोच समझ लो पहले, कम टू ए कंक्लूजन। If you have come to the conclusion that every chana, every second must be tagged with the name and name, then it's tutti. If still there is a doubt, get the doubt removed. But once this has come, no other option. You must not divert your mind. Yes.
नाम रूप से बांध के जिसको जब से रहे अल्लाह।
नाम और रूप से चित्त को यानी अपने थॉट एक्शन को पूरे नाम और रूप से बांध कर टाइट है और इससे क्या नाम रूप से जब से एंड देन ओनली यू कैन बी अवे फ्रॉम दी वर्ल्ड। थॉट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड विल बी कट बाय दैट।
दोनों दशा से तुम
जब तुम्हारा मन जो है, थॉट चित्त है, मालिक के नाम और रूप के साथ टाइड हो जाए, उन्मुख अवस्था है, उन्मुख। That means un means upper. It is looking towards the mind. और lower मुख नहीं रहे, down towards नहीं है, always in a state of a, you can say in a samadhi state, a little below samadhi.
Elevated outlook.
Yes, जो है ना उन्मुख माने ऊपर की तरफ, you directed towards the aperture, the ब्रह्मांड aperture.
मोक्ष का ज्ञान भी पाओ, पार नहीं जाए।
And if this state remains, sooner or later we will experience freedom, moksha will get. And once we will redemption, all the forces of darkness, that is Kala, will be removed.
Here the emphasis is on jiviti power. When one is alive, you can experience.
See, moksha is always jivi. It is never there. The person where that will come to you that I am liberated. No. The liberation must come in a lifetime. And then only there will be complete nirvana and nischalta. एकदम complete calmness and fearlessness will be only there. Otherwise, the thought of that death will always haunt you. And how can you be completely free from worry? Restlessness will always be there. Again.
जिस पर मेहर करे गुरु प्यारे, अंत तो उसका आनंद।
It is only the grace of the master by which this life, the cycle of life and birth will be.
राधास्वामी ज्ञान के सद्गुरु मेरे,
Radhasoami Dayal is my Satguru. ऊपर बलि बलि जाना। दूसरा पढ़िए।
रूप है बस जाओ, वो याद भी कैसी होती है जो तन मन की सुविधा है।
और किधर ले ले।
That life we wanted, some more life alone.
ये सारे ये दर्पण क्या?
ये दर्पण कितना शुद्ध है वहाँ, इसमें प्रभु रूप है बस जाओ।
Can't describe how much the heart was image of the
Yes, but like
darbhan, the mirror. The mirror see your image in the reflection. तो उसके हृदय के अंदर कि जिसमें प्रभु का रूप दिखाई देता है, you can see that the रूप of Prabhu is reflected and you are able to see it.
very great stage.
Yes. और उसका दूसरा लाइन क्या है?
वो याद भी कैसी होती है जो तन मन की सुविधा है।
And the remembrance, how marvelous the remembrance is, in which you lose the consciousness of body and mind.
जो है बड़भागी गुरु सेवक, मैं देव भी फूल को बरसाऊं।
ऐसे जो बड़भागी गुरु सेवक हैं, उनके ऊपर देवता भी पुष्प बरसाते हैं।
जिन देखा अचरज दृश्य जगत और नयन पावन हो।
और जिन्होंने ऐसे भक्त को देखा, ऐसा आचर्य जिसके अंदर ऐसा आचर्य ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो गया, तो उनके आँख पवित्र हो जाते हैं।
Even the people who see such a thing,
हाईएस्ट उसे अवश्य संत का दर्शन करके नए पवित्र हो जाते हैं।
वे स्वर्ग उतारे धरती पर सुख शांति छटा में छा जाते हैं।
ऐसे महापुरुष स्वर्ग उतार देते हैं धरती को। When the entire divinity comes on the earth. Yes.
ये गाथा प्रेम की अद्भुत है, बिरला की किसी समझ पाओ।
But the whole play of this love divine is peculiar, wondrous, and only rare jivas can understand it.
जिन पर राधास्वामी कृपा करें वो संग गुरु पाद कर जाए।
Though on those Supreme Father Radhasoami Dayal, his professors, he will get the association of the master and get the salvation.
कोई देखे या नहीं देखे उसे वो महिमा उसमें बस।
And such a soul who will be benefited by the august presence of the master, nobody can see the change he undergoes, whether somebody sees or not sees. But the praise of the master settles down on his lips. He has all only to praise and praise.
Others do not see that.
How can because it is internal change, how can you just see that he is a simple man? Or somebody may say he is a simpleton. बेवकूफ कर देंगे किसी को. It is all secret thing because it is internal change. There may be signs that he is a sober personality and he talks less, he eats less, he sleeps less. But how can you know that he has a nobody can. इसका तो अंग्रेजी में ट्रांसलेशन है, ट्रांसलेशन था नहीं जो दूसरा पार्ट
I can say, but one thing, everybody is having their own this calm flow, anger, all are there.
everything will vanish.
So those who are seeing us, they are commenting. You are not listening, you are calm or crowd or anything. How can you say that you are changing? How your guru is changing you like this? They are commenting.
What is change is internal. How the others can know?
They can't
that
understand.
you don't have you work do the worldly work or whatever is worldly affairs nicely. How can others know? He or he is doing everything, looking after everything. But the change is internal.
Changing is, we are feeling good, but others are not seeing.
So why are you bothered for the others? You pray that others may be also graced by the Supreme Father. अगर सबका अपना देखिए, दुनिया में कोई अपना नहीं है. तो बड़ी हम समझते हैं ना कि ये मेरा बेटा है, बेटी है, कोई नहीं. सब अपने अपने संस्कार से आए हैं और सब अपने कर्मों का भोग सहते हैं. और इसलिए वो अपना जब होगा कि एक पॉइंट है कि अगर वो भक्ति करेगा और गुरु से मिलेगा और आप भी भक्ति करेंगे और गुरु से मिलेंगे, then you will be doing it. Because you have achieved the same qualification, the same thing, and through the same agency, so you are more than brother and sister. You are one. In all respect, in toto, in the similar fashion, a Guru Mukti becomes completely identical with the Master. May come from different background, different educational background, social background, but there is a complete, only unification is at the spirit. आत्मा ही एक है, मन तो विभिन्न है. किसी का मन एक नहीं, किसी का तन एक नहीं है. और ये मन तन काल के अधीन है. तो वहाँ तो सोचना एकता एकता का स्लोगन करना ये तो बेवकूफ़ी का. जहाँ भी एकता होगी वो स्वार्थ से होगी. स्वार्थ से एकता है, आपका सारा परिवार एक है, सब स्वार्थ से जुड़े हुए हैं. और नहीं तो एकता क्या सवाल है. इसीलिए ये लिमिटेड एकता है और ये स्वार्थ के जरिए होता है. और वो एकता है जो रियल यूनिफिकेशन. यू आर यूनाइटेड इन द रियल फैक्ट. नॉट ओनली दैट कि मेंटली but in thought and action there is a complete identity. Even sitting at a distant place, you will think the same thing, act in the same way, behave in the same way as the other end. Yes. So this unification of the soul is the real unification. And this can be achieved only by repeating the holy name. All the barriers of caste, creed, sex, language will be thrown away. And you become one with the Supreme and one with all. इसलिए if you love God, you love humanity. If your love is true to God, then you can serve humanity in a true way. Otherwise, all come for service just to get return votes for a plot or a picture show in television that I am doing the slum clearance. Say it is all sword. Somewhere they are feeding their ego. And you can pity for them. But doesn't mean that you should hate them.